Hey, I'm Scott.
Oh, hey, I'm Jackson.
Nice. Yeah, I'm Brittany's husband.
Cool. I'm Michaela's husband.
So, guys, welcome to episode 16 of Your Friend's Husbands. 16 episodes now. It's been a fun time. Just coming on to say, this week's episode does not have the greatest audio, and that's my fault. I will take full ownership for that. Next week, I promise, will be better. I will check all of my microphone inputs and outputs and everything. It'll be great. Just as a heads up, it's not going to sound amazing from my part. So sorry. I hope that you can still get from the episode all the laughs and all the jokes and all the fun things we have to say. But hang in there for the next 50 minutes and hope you enjoy.
Scott, what are your top 3 favorite shows? TV shows. Ready, go.
The Office. It's always my number one.
Okay. Basic,
I
but
really
okay.
love-
I accept it.
Okay. This is how we're gonna do it.
Hey,
This is how we're gonna do this.
No. The Office. Go on.
Psych.
Wow. Go on.
And I'm trying to think of one that's not necessarily a comedy, but I really love Big Bang Theory now that I've watched the whole thing.
You heard it here,
But
folks.
there are so many other shows.
Scott really likes sitcoms with mostly white people.
I actually don't like sitcoms, but the
Those
Big
are-
Bang
those are
Theory
all technically
is
sitcoms, right?
No.
Situational comedies.
Big Bang Theory is like the only one I can stand that has a laugh track in it.
That's a sitcom, bro.
That have an audience.
What do you think they are? That's what sitcoms are. Situational comedies. They're all this way because of the situation they're in. The Office is in the office. Psych, his situation is he works for the police because he is a noticer.
Okay, well, if there's a definition, there's a definition. But in my mind, when I think of sitcom, I think of like there's an audience and there's either a laugh track or a real audience.
That's fair. That is the stigma
That's
that
what I
sitcoms got.
think of.
That is where it started.
Psych doesn't feel like a sitcom, or The Office doesn't feel like a sitcom.
So yeah, because
they film on location at different places and things. It just doesn't feel like
the situational part is just where like that situation. Like The Office it's they only know each other and the comedy mostly resonates within The Office. And then like for me, my favorite TV show is Community. I didn't think it was a sitcom either until I looked it up, and it's because the situation is that it's a community college.
Well,
I was mad.
What are yours? So
Community,
that one.
Ted Lasso, and Parks and Rec.
Oh, dang it! I really love Ted Lasso as well.
Yeah, Ted Lasso it's my show I watch twice a year, and I start watching it when I start to notice that I'm focusing too much on negative things.
Oh.
When I get negative and I start noticing the negative things in life,
Yeah.
I watch Ted Lasso.
So that you can believe.
It's not just that. Well, yeah, it's a lot of that. Kayla. My biggest thing is just his ability to just constantly be positive, even when faced with the worst of the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And so it makes me realize, like, man, my life's not hard at all. Like, I'm not facing the struggles that homie is facing or the hardships or the people yelling at him. Why ain't God? Like, no, the people don't yell at me that. Yell that at me.
Yeah.
And yeah, my life is good, and I watch it and I feel good.
But my life is good.
Really good. I watch it about twice a year. I'm watching it right now, season 2. I just watched the one where the therapist got hit by a car on her bike, and Ted Lasso shows up and helps her.
Yeah.
Spoilers?
Spoiler alert.
Dude, it's old now. No, spoilers are only okay when the season is currently airing or has ended within the last year. Yeah, Ted Lasso didn't end in 2024.
Okay.
When did Ted Lasso end? Oh, the ADHD urge to Google it.
2023 maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, those are my top 3. I was going to ask you movies, but I think TV shows kind of show and say more about people.
Well,
movies
here's
do.
what I'll say. On my Letterboxd account, my top 4 are Inception, Interstellar.
Inception, Interstellar.
No. What is the third? Oh, John Wick. I just put the first John Wick, but I love like that series.
I didn't know that about you.
Love John Wick.
I also love John
and then
Wick.
Barbie. Love Barbie. It's a great movie.
Hey, Ted Lasso ended in 2023. Good brain. I also like Barbie. I find Barbie to be
so much fun.
I see Barbie's comedy on the side of Ken and his perspective of his things.
Mm-hmm.
It fits very well into the same kind of comedy that is in Community. It's usually pretty quick. Sometimes it's blatant but quiet. Like when they go back to whatever it's called, the world of Barbie.
Barbie Land.
And it's just horses up on the mountain. Like, it's so dumb, but it's really funny because it's just, you would, like, it's one of those things that you'd see and you're like, oh, I don't think that's very funny. But if you watch the movie before and see the one thing where he, like, picks up a book and it's like horses, and you're like, oh, there it is. Okay, I get it now.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's
Ted Lasso does that a lot too.
Gold. So much gold.
Can I tell you a quote that I heard from Ted Lasso today that just I have to think it was, I don't think half of the population, no, I take that back, 10% of the population got it. And I only got it this time that I'm watching it.
Okay, what is it?
It's the episode, it's the episode where the therapist gets hit by a car on her bike, and Ted Lasso walks her to her apartment, and he's like, I know a lot about concussions. I used to coach football, so I'm just going to check in and make sure everything's okay. And she said, okay, do you want anything to drink? Do you want tea? And he's like, oh, hell no. He's like, I hate that stuff. He's like, thank you, but no, I don't drink that garbage, is what he says. And then she goes, well, I have water and I have wine. He goes, oh, the chicken and the egg. And I'm like,
yeah.
What? Like, that was such a good, really, really subtle joke that if you just hear it, they move on so quickly in the conversation.
There's a lot of those.
There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
It's like water to wine, the chicken to the egg, and I was like, man, that's prime writing.
Yeah,
just absolutely prime.
There are a ton of those little things that you can kind of pick up on, like the second or third time watching through, that you're like, oh, that kind of went over my head last time.
I'll tell you one from my favorite show, which I still want you to watch. And I want you to watch the whole thing and not be like, oh, I got bored. I need you to watch the whole thing. I'll watch yours. I've already done it. I've already seen all of The Office. I've already seen all of Psych. And I've not seen all of Big Bang Theory. So,
it's a good one.
I don't know if I can commit to that. It's like 14 seasons.
12, but yeah.
That's a lot of seasons.
But they're easy watches. They're 20-minute episodes. Like, it's not like you have to...
That's fair.
It's not like you have to do it
I could probably watch it and have it.
Like, okay. You don't have to do it
Where can I stream it on?
On...
Do the right...
Let's see.
It's
on Max.
Okay. It's on Max? I have Max. I can watch it. I thought you were going to give...
No, I wasn't.
Your silly nickname. Anyway, so Community, the writer, Dan Harmon, one of my favorite writers, he's the epitome of meta jokes. You know what meta is? Yes. So he's the epitome of meta jokes. And it gets me because I never looked at myself as someone being intelligent enough to understand meta jokes and to laugh at things that most people might not understand or laugh at. And that's not to toot my own horn. I just always thought that I had a very slapstick, dumb kind of sense of humor. Turns out I don't, and that's cool. I still laugh at like fart jokes. They're still funny. But there's, in season one character sees someone dressed, like, what are you dressed up as? Beetlejuice? In season 2, this is a weird thing. They all end up in their underwear because they're trying to find a pen that they think someone stole.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's not inappropriate. They're all hiding behind that. Community. This is Community.
All right.
They all end up in their underwear, and someone talks about Jeff's Beetlejuice numbers that are his underwear. They're striped. And then in the end of season 2, someone else says Beetlejuice. What happens when you say Beetlejuice 3 times?
I never saw the movie.
Well, if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, he appears. He's there. He comes. He is there.
I never saw it.
Anyway, they say Beetlejuice the 3rd time. Walking in the background through a window is a dude dressed up as Beetlejuice. Walking through. And I didn't catch it. I saw a video about it online that I came across, and someone pointed it out. And my thoughts were broken. Because I'm like, what else is there? There has to be endless jokes like this that are just so deep and so deeply rooted that I'm missing out on them. So
watch it, I guess.
I mean, I will always rewatch Community. It's my favorite show. That's where Donald Glover got his start.
Really?
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you listen to his music?
So did Allison Brie. Yeah, I love Childish Gambino.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
That's surprising.
Why?
It
Rude.
just seems like a different vibe than what you usually like.
That's fair.
What you've said yourself.
This podcast, we've gotten to know each other really well, but you know the current me. I've listened to a ton of stuff. I was making fun of you earlier for Panda. I've never heard it, but I've listened to music like that too. Yeah, I listened to Childish Gambino a lot way after he was popular. I was listening to him working out. I really like his music to work out too. But
that's fair.
And do you know who Allison Brie is? I'll show you a picture.
I think I've heard that name.
She also got her start on Community. Yeah, it's a great show. Highly recommend it.
So I have a question for you.
What up, bro?
And I'd like to begin.
Is it what are you drawing on the chair right now?
No.
That's a good question.
I'd like to begin by just saying there was a day where I looked at your profile picture on Instagram. It changed because it was you went to Disneyland. You took a new picture.
Now I'm Star-Lord.
Then I looked at your bio and I was like, what else does he have on his bio? So I was like looking, and then there was the little more button, and I hit more. I'm like,
do I have? Wait, is this on Facebook?
It says,
I have a more on Facebook.
no, it's on Instagram.
On Instagram, there's
and
more.
It says hashtag sitting in the shower.
I knew that would pay off.
When did you change that?
I changed it at the party. Oh,
I saw it.
Dang it.
I was like, is this from our conversation?
It is 100% from that conversation.
Or has this been here for a long time?
I think so. That's something that I learned from partly from Community, but also from my favorite podcast, My Brother and Me. They commit to their bits hardcore. And we were all sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna put in my bio hashtag sitting in the shower, and everyone laughed, and I'm like, no, I'm actually gonna do it, and I did it. I forgot until right now.
Yeah. So to address everybody listening and watching, we had a little New Year's Eve party, and what got brought up in the conversation was if people sit in the shower.
Who did it? Who was the shower sitter that just always does it?
So I enjoy it, but also
it is you.
But also, Zach, our friend Zach, also sits in the shower.
I sit in the shower and I'm sick.
But he legit said, I do it all the time, every day. And for me, I do it often. I wouldn't say it's every single day. I do it often though. It's just kind of a good vibe. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but it's just a vibe.
I enjoy it when I'm sick. I just turn it on as hot as it'll go, and I just let it pour over me.
Yeah. It's just relaxing. There's something about it. If you have a tub, I think it works better. But
I've done it in a non-tub. It's just the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's not as comfortable though. It's not better. It's not as comfortable. In the tub, you can kind of lay down.
Yeah, you can
get comf.
Put your feet up a little.
Oh crap! Shout out to our wonderful, wonderful listener Sydney, Zach's wife, who deals with Zach and sitting in the shower. But also, I had texted her the other day, and she said, she's like, it's so weird. I was just listening to your podcast, and you texted me. I was like, you're listening? She's like, yeah. And I said, I have to give her a shout out because
so kind.
She's one of the people that listen to him, and she's
one of our downloads.
I also love Sid. She is my favorite friend that I have learned to. Okay, how do I put this? I respect her boundaries probably more than any of my friends, I think. Because she's not a hugger. I'm a huge hugger.
Yeah.
When I first met her, I would hug her constantly to make her uncomfortable. But now, in social gatherings like New Year's, I hugged her one time, and it was the preferred side hug. Uh-huh. And I won't do it anymore because, you know what? Her friendship means way more to me than me making her feel uncomfortable. And I have to do that quick little shout out because it's made me realize that I don't have to be annoying. I don't have to be bothersome. And it's helped me become a better person. So thank you, Sid.
That's kind.
Love you, Sid. You're the best.
Sid. Thanks for listening.
So back to the shower thing.
Yeah,
I have to.
Let's get back.
No. I have something that you're going to try tonight. Tonight. Do you hear me?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I don't shower at
night. We're going on a
night.
date tonight, huh? Well,
yeah.
Maybe.
I don't shower at night. What?
Just kidding.
Tell
okay. No, you have to do it one time. You have to just try it one time.
Okay.
Is there any music that if you listen to it just really makes you feel calm and chill? Is there something that you put it on and you're like, You like close your eyes, nod your head?
I'm sure I could find some. Nothing comes to mind right now, but I'm sure I could find something.
Okay, so like mine is lo-fi beats. Like
Yeah.
I'll throw some on. My favorite for the shower time is Avatar: The Last Airbender lo-fi music. Because it's just I recognize it, but there's no words. I don't have to sing along to it, and I can just like jam to it and feel good.
Yeah.
How many light bulbs do you have in your shower?
In my shower?
In your bathroom.
In the bathroom. The bathroom is interesting because it's weird because this bathroom has, like, when you turn on the light, it has a mirror light.
Okay.
Also, the, like, above light. And so there's a lot of light going on.
Okay.
But in our shower that we, like, in our other, because we have two.
In your master shower, yes.
Yeah. If I don't want a lot of light, I'll just turn the closet light on because that's right next to it, and I won't turn on the main bathroom light. So that's a low light vibe.
Shut the door to the shower. Turn the shower on hot.
Okay.
Do the closet door, but block it as much as you can so that you can just see enough. Like your eyes can adjust to it and you can still see.
We took the closet door off because it was annoying. So
that's fair. We'll figure something out. I'll look at it after this, give you some pointers.
Okay.
Turn on some music and get in the shower.
Yeah.
In the dim, dark, nice light.
Uh-huh.
I can't explain a better feeling.
I mean, I do that all the time.
You do?
Like most mornings, that's how I take a shower.
Oh no, this is nighttime.
With very little.
I have to tell you why the nighttime. Because you're at the end of the day. You've already done all the stuff that you had to do that day. You're done. You can take a breath. The stress is gone.
More of a mental thing.
It is just a time to chill. When we were living in we were living in our condo that we had. Michaela asked me to put a dimmer in the bathroom on the light, and I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "I just want it a little darker." And from that point on, like for the next 6 weeks, every shower just got darker and darker and darker. And
that's awesome.
No, it was so cool because I started doing it, and I don't know how to explain it. And we roped our friend Abby into it, and now she does it too. Not all the time. She just does it every once in a while to take a breath and have like a good nighttime release of just really calming. I try to explain it. It's like at some points you just don't know like when the water, like when it begins in your body or the water ends and your body begins. Like if you just really let the chill take over it, like listen to some good music that calms you down, it can be just transforming.
Transformative. Yeah.
It makes, I don't know.
I like how your
Just
voice
so
is getting
nice.
lower and quieter.
Welcome to Your Friend's Husband's Shower Edition, where I tell you how to shower. Turn the light off. Turn the water on.
Turn this on water shower.
Grab the soap. Did you wash out today? Sorry, we're dumb.
Anyway,
showers, great. Yes, I've sit in the
showers
shower.
are awesome.
Actually, should we make that a poll on
Sitting in
Instagram?
the shower. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we'll make it.
How many of you sit in the shower? Vote.
Comment below.
Vote if you.
Hit chat. Comment below.
I'll put a vote thing on there. Sitting in the shower, yes or no? Let's see what people say.
Okay, listen up.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have anything that you had planned for today?
Not
It's
that
okay
I
if you
plan-
don't.
Oh, we do have to address something.
Is it
We have to address
the apostrophe
Yeah.
for your friend's husbands?
Yes.
It's supposed to be in between D and S. Your friends' husbands.
Yes. Let me just bring up the comment.
I
I'm
read
gonna
it
read
already.
the comment because I think it's a fair comment. All right. I think it makes sense. And she explains herself.
No,
as
I
well.
want to hear this explanation so that I can trash it even harder.
Oh my.
Just
okay.
kidding. I won't
All
trash
right.
it.
I'm sorry.
I got
who commented.
I got my
Sorry for
hair
Jackson.
gripped like this as a child and shoved into my English book until I learned where apostrophes went. So it's like one of the only things in the English language that I am confident in where apostrophes
Okay.
go.
All right. Well,
But I don't think we
Taylor
have any
says-
apostrophes.
I mean this very respectfully, but shouldn't it be either your friends with an apostrophe between the D and the S, husband, or your friends with the apostrophe after the S, husbands? Your friend's husband or your friend's husbands?
So
and then she
we're-
has another comment that says, It reads like I have a friend that has multiple husbands, which, like, if that's the case, then never mind. Good for you, girl. But like,
very good.
But
I didn't read that
I
part. That
understand
makes
what
me
she's
laugh.
saying. I get what she's saying. That the way we have it, it does kind of sound like she has a friend that has multiple husbands.
Well, should we just come up with a different name? Because
We're
this
gonna
is
change
something
our
that
branding
we fought really hard
now.
right at the beginning.
We did. This actually. So we did. We sat over dinner together and discussed this, and it actually did take about 20 to 30 minutes
so much longer than
to
that.
officially land on.
The problem is we got together thinking of like what we should do for the podcast, and then for the rest of the time talked about what it should be called because we couldn't figure it out.
We were worried if it had like too many S's going.
Yeah,
on.
it sounds weird. Your friend's husbands. I've gotten so used to saying it, it's normal. But
it doesn't
anytime,
matter. Yeah, I don't think it matters now. But like now, I'm questioning the apostrophe.
I don't know what else we can call this.
But no, tell me.
I believe
about the
it's.
apostrophe.
I believe it's.
Trash the. You said you're gonna trash it.
I'm not gonna trash it. That was mean and very excessive. I believe it's apostrophe after the first S of friends, because if it's D apostrophe S, which I said earlier, and I'm correcting myself now, I was incorrect. D apostrophe S means that your friend has husbands.
Yeah, ownership.
But if it's after the S, it means that your friends have husbands.
Yeah.
So there should be an apostrophe after the S.
We screwed up.
Or we change the name right now to...
A couple of guys sitting on swivel chairs.
Nope, that's definitely a porn, probably. That's probably a porn. I don't know. We'll get back to you. Maybe we'll change our name. Maybe we'll keep it your friend's husbands.
We'll
Problem
keep
is,
it. We just got to move that.
I really
apostrophe.
like the YFH that you created. I think it looks great.
No,
Your
yeah,
friend's
no, I think
husbands.
it. I mean,
YFH looks really good.
Yeah, even if the name got changed, I can do the same thing, just different letters.
Should we call our podcast? Comment below.
Chat.
Hey, chat.
Hey, chat.
Hey,
We'll
chat,
call it
comment
that.
below.
Hey, chat.
Welcome to Hey Chat. I don't like that.
No.
We're not going to do
We're
this
not.
right now.
We're not actually discussing this.
Anyway,
real time.
what was her name?
But
Taylor?
Taylor, thank you for. It's just Taylor. Yeah.
Do you know her?
No last name or anything.
Or is she a random commenter?
She's just someone who
Did
came
she find
across.
She found us in the
I'm
wild?
just assuming. Let's look at her profile real quick.
I don't feel like that's the thing that we should do. But okay, let's go.
I'm just seeing if she is related to anybody else that we are.
Yeah, do we have any mutual
And I don't
friends?
think no.
jeez.
I don't know a lot about how TikTok works, but I don't think she knows any of our friends or knows us at all.
Well, as
So.
Scott learned today, from me, I am pretty good at finding information about people on the internet. I'm not going to do that. Taylor, I appreciate you commenting on that. It is something that's been in the back of my mind. Scott and I might just think of a different name, but I just don't know of a good name.
We just need to move the apostrophe.
I have one thing that I want to ask the chat and everyone, and those of you that I know that are listening, Sydney and Andrew are the only two that I personally know that are listening. Scott's mom or Brittany's mom? Britt's mom. You too.
Shelly.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna name names, but I have a friend that I need to help out, and I need you guys' help to help me out. I need some advice, and I want your advice on this too.
I feel like we're on that episode of like Blue's Clues or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I have a friend who needs some help.
No, and it's not like that. I have a friend in need. This friend is currently struggling to figure out what they want. They want to be very practical, but they're also at a part in their life where they don't really need to be, and they can make the other thing work just as easy.
Are you talking about me?
100% I'm talking about you.
I
Shush.
was like,
Shush, Scott.
I was
This is
listening
not about
like you were actually
I
talking
know, that was
about
part of the
something
bit.
else.
My good friend wants really bad something that he's always wanted. Just always.
All I've ever wanted
And he's being held up because...
of money.
No. We've been over this. His other thing he has works
My
fine.
wife.
His other thing works fine. No, I talked to your wife.
No,
As long
but-
as you don't have to spend extra money, you're fine. Dude, you don't have excuses here. Anyway.
Should we just talk about it? Should we just bring it up?
Yeah.
Like really, like what the thing is.
I didn't want to throw your business all up in there. I don't know. What do you want to talk
We
about?
talked about it last episode.
All right. I mean, but not in this kind of detail.
Here we go, guys. I want a Jeep, and we've talked about this. I want a Jeep, and
Guys, it's so beyond that. Chat, you need to understand. A couple days after our conversation last Thursday, I get a text with a link to an OfferUp ad on OfferUp of a Jeep. And I'm like, oh, okay. It looks good. I said, I like it because it's stick shift. He's like, what? It's stick shift? I don't want to have to learn how to do that.
No, I know how. I just don't feel like driving a stick shift car.
Man, we are so different.
I just
Also, the parts to
don't
fix
wanna-
them, if they break, are so much cheaper. Maintenance is way easier. You
I
get better gas
agree.
mileage.
Yeah, I know it's all beneficial. I just don't
Listen
feel
to
like
what I have to
don't
deal
feel
with.
like using two hands to drive.
Well, yeah, but then you won't text.
I don't text.
Everyone says that they don't.
No, I
but everyone
legitimately
actually does.
I legitimately don't text. This is what I do when I get in my car. If I listen to music in the car on my drive, I'll plug in my phone to my CarPlay. I have a little slot that I put my phone into, and I do not touch it
All right.
because
that's
I'm
fair.
a huge proponent of not texting and
Okay,
driving.
whatever. You made your point.
A, because it's not safe. B, because you turn into an obnoxious person that doesn't pay attention at lights, and you hold up everybody else because the light turns green and you're not going anywhere. That's
okay.
my rant.
Anyway, Scott wants a Jeep. He has a car he could sell, get enough money for a Jeep, and then not have to have a car payment on it at all, and drive the Jeep. Mind you, he also one of his arguments, if you remember, was gas mileage.
Yeah.
He legitimately works 4 minutes from his house. The gas mileage that he would lose is so minimal it doesn't matter, and it opens up a plethora of adventures that him, his wife, and his dog tour could go on.
Dog tour.
Yeah, because what are
It's
Jeeps?
true.
What are Jeeps?
What are Jeeps?
What are
They're
they?
cool.
And what else do they do?
They
Better than your other car.
go off road.
There you go. So, I start getting a list of the absolutely redonkulous needs that Scott wants in this Jeep. And I'm like, well, then no, you're not going to get that Jeep because it's 2018 or newer. And so finally, I'm like, okay, well, I'll keep looking. And I come across this Butte. Absolute Butte. And
Taco Wrangler.
I would like,
It says on it.
I
That's
would
what it's
like
called.
to read.
What does Taco Wrangler even mean? What is that?
I mean,
They have a sticker across their windshield that says Taco Wrangler.
he probably wrangles tacos because he likes to eat tacos.
Okay.
Also, a nickname for a Tacoma is a taco, but I don't know why.
I know that I connected that, but I was like, why would
I
that
think
have
it's because
anything to
he
do with-
wrangles tacos. It's also not
Um,
safe for work. It's another thing that's inappropriate.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
there's that.
We're not going to talk about it though because gross. Am I
Yeah.
right? Virgin
Gross.
for life.
You.
Abstinence. We're not making fun of those people that make that decision. That's awesome for you. I thought it was funny because.
Maybe I'm just
Okay,
not in that.
this is where it
headspace
ended.
very often.
He said, most likely the Jeep I would love to have wouldn't equal my trade-in money. And I,
Right.
being a supportive friend, saying that's fair. Sorry you can't get one. He said, that's all right, someday.
Yep.
Later in the evening, I sent him an absolute beaut of
Yeah.
a Jeep. It's a 2014, so it's 4 years older than what he wanted. Doesn't have push-button start or CarPlay.
You
Gosh.
can add CarPlay. You can add
I
it.
said, I just sent it to him, and he said she's sexy. He was right.
Did.
It's
because
beautiful.
It is. If you saw
And I
this
said,
thing.
I know she's a little older, but she has some work done to her.
Yeah.
Like this dude has put a crap ton of money into
So
it.
much stuff.
And he goes, "This is my favorite." Guys, mind you, it was earlier in the day that he's like, "I can't do it. It's not gonna happen." And he says, "Ugh, man, I love that we've already discussed this in so much detail, and you're still sending them to me." Laugh, cry face, and then he goes, "It does look amazing. I want it so badly." And I didn't respond to any of them. I just wanted him to stew on that feeling of excitement
I know.
because that's what you should have. Yeah, I get it. If you're driving from here to Phoenix, which roughly 40 minutes to get to Sky Harbor from here, 40,
Yeah.
45?
Sure.
Okay, to get to the airport's 45. If you were driving that every day, I would never say buy a Jeep
No.
because that's so much commuting and
That's
something.
silly.
But you drive 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And even if you move You're not going to move super far from here.
Yeah.
You're never going to be over 20 minutes to work, ever.
Right.
And so, me personally, chat, you can comment below if you agree. I'm more of a do it now because you want to and it's something you can do than wait till later to try to do it. Especially if it makes monetary sense and you can get something that you've always wanted and feel super rad and open up a lot more doors for adventures and other things like that.
Yeah.
With that said, I understand if you don't do it. I get it.
Yeah.
I have my favorite truck I've ever owned. I don't want another truck. I landed here. It took me 12 something other trucks to get here. And I love it. I'm not going anywhere else unless I can get a Raptor. Then I'm going to get a Raptor. That's the only other thing.
Brilliant. Well said. Anyway.
So what? Yeah, just chat, comment below. Should Scott get a Jeep?
Should
Or
I get
should he
a-
stick with his Honda Civic?
My Honda Civic is fun though. It's zippy. It is a zippy little car.
I have no comment.
It is. Have you driven one?
Yeah.
Have you driven the model I have, the year and everything? It is a zippy little guy.
Okay. I trust
And it's
you. I
fun.
believe
It's
you.
comfy. It has the
Guys,
CarPlay. It's got a
guys,
push to
you
start.
hear this,
I
dude?
love my little
Hold
car.
on. Do you hear this part where he's convincing himself that now he doesn't want the Jeep? Even
No,
though he
it's
does want
I
the
am
Jeep?
very torn though.
No, I believe
I
you.
am very torn because I do really enjoy my car. I really like it, but then like you look at a Jeep and you're like, just look at that thing.
Are you not inspired by the way your Honda Civic looks?
I'm not inspired by the way it looks, no. But I like the way it drives.
Okay,
and
yeah, no,
I
let's
like-
make a
I
let's
like
make a
the-
pros cons
the
list. This sounds fun,
comfortableness.
actually.
It's got a nice feature that I've really come to love, where if you hit the right blinker, it has a camera on the right side on the right mirror that'll show me my blind spot, and I don't have to look over my shoulder to see if there's someone there or not. I can just turn on that little camera, boom. Oh, they're about 2 cars back. We're good. Boom, easy. Move
Okay.
over.
No, yeah, no,
That is a nice feature I've really come
I
to
see
love.
how you've become comfortable
I've
with
got
the
heated
Civic
I
lifestyle.
got heated seats.
Does it have VTEC?
VTEC?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not a car guy. What you gotta translate?
You would know. That's what they put in their sport models. They make them go fast.
Then
It
no.
just, and they always have a badge on the bottom. This
Okay,
is
then no.
VTEC.
Then no.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, I know very little about your car, but this is fun. When you look at your car, what excites you?
When I look at it,
I'm sorry. I'm talking the whole thing. Like you look at it, you're like, all right, I'm about to get in this thing. I'm excited.
it's handsome. That's all. That's really all. It's handsome.
It's handsome. Is it like handsome, like your wife telling you look handsome because you got dressed up, or is it handsome like your grandma's like, oh, look at my
No, it's
handsome
like
boy?
it's like I'm confidently saying it. Like it's
Okay,
handsome.
okay. So now imagine walking up to a white Jeep with black rims lifted.
Yeah. Of course, it look wise. Yeah. Of course, the Jeep looks better.
I'm going to tell you this one thing, and then we can move on.
Okay. Yeah. We
The
don't want to
world-
we don't bore people out.
The
here.
world of cars is your oyster. If you can think of it, or if it's a feature in one car, you can install it in another car. So like your cool blind spot mirror thing,
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
you can probably do that.
I could probably jerry rig something.
You probably wouldn't have to jerry it. I can almost promise you
Might
can
look weird.
get a replacement mirror on your Jeep that shows it. Also, the Jeep mirrors are like this big.
Yeah.
The top half you look through, the bottom half is the fisheye one, so you can see further. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But I get it. You have a car, you're used to it, you like it. There's enough about it that you've kept it this long. Why would you get rid of it just because?
Because I pay on it, so.
That's not why you kept it, is it? I thought you kept it because you like it.
Well, I do like it, but I'm also paying on it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we don't want to bore people here. We don't want to bore you.
You tell us what
So,
Scott should do. Should Scott buy a Jeep or should Scott keep his Honda?
Tell me if I should buy a Jeep or if I should keep
He
my
can't
nice
make
little Honda.
he can't make the decision on his own.
That's really difficult.
And so he's going
So I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
That's actually I would love that. Because I can become very indecisive as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the coin flip trick?
Yeah, where you flip it and then if it says like one thing and you're like, but no, then you know your decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done that yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't
We're not going to do it live.
No,
But
we're
we'll
not.
do it later. All right. I'm about to tell you. Do you want to enter Conspiracy Corner with me?
Enter it.
Yeah?
Open the door. That's
Okay.
the door opening.
Okay. Have you heard of the Dyatlov Pass?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to read
Just
you the...
explain the synopsis.
Yeah, I'm going to read you the blurb about it, and then I'm going to tell you the story. And it's not really conspiratorial until the end. Like, what Russia does
Okay.
with the information, that's what it gets conspiratorial. So, the Dyatlov Pass incident is the name of the unsolved mystery surrounding the deaths of 9 Soviet hikers in the Ural Mountains in 1959. All right, story time. So, these 9 hikers, I guess back then, because they didn't have actual media to consume, they did cool things with their lives, like become professional hikers.
Yeah.
And to become some level of hiker, you have to do a level 3 hike. That level 3 hike has to be a certain distance long, it has to be under a certain temperature, and everything has to fit on your pack.
Okay.
And so these Russian hikers decided they were going to do it through the Ural Mountains. There's 9 of them. The Ural Mountains, like negative 40 degrees. They have to walk a certain distance every time. And the Soviets that sponsored this, they have campouts that they get to, like checkpoints that they get to, so they check off. They're like, okay, they made it here. Everyone's safe. Everyone's fine. So the first day, they make it to their checkpoint. It's great. Everyone's fine. Everyone's feeling good. Everyone's doing great. The next morning, they wake up and they leave, and they head towards this large mountain that had a big windswept part of the mountain with snow on it, and it was just constantly windy. It's not very safe to be at that area, but they had to hike past it to get to where they needed to go. Later that evening, second checkpoint calls first checkpoint and says, hey, have they left? When did they leave? When should we know that they get here? And first checkpoint goes, well, they left hours ago. They should already be there. Like, oh. We'll wait it out.
Weird.
Storm hits. They have to wait till the next morning. Next morning, a rescue team goes out, and on their way out, they're looking for tracks. It's pretty hard to find anything because the storm came through.
Mm-hmm.
And on this big wind-swept slope, they see canvas tents. And so they head over to the canvas tents, and when they get there, inside, there's no one there, but people were there. Like, their clothes are folded and put in spots, and like people were staying there. And they noticed that they had slashes through the side of the canvas, like a knife stabbed it and opened it up. And their first thought was, oh, some enemy of the Soviets or some crazy hunter person or a murderer came in and opened it up, killed. But there's no sign of struggle, there's no blood, there's nothing. And then after they looked at it longer, they realized it was a stab opening from the inside. And after that, they were able to find some tracks leading not back the way they came, but towards this tree line. On the way over to the tree line, they came across 3 bodies, completely deceased and gone. 2 of them were naked. One of them was clothed but only had 1 shoe on. And they were all curled up and dead in the snow. They noticed that some of the other tracks kept going, and they find this one spot where the wind had carved out like a cave in the snow. And this is a real story. This isn't a lie.
Why is this something funny?
It's not funny.
Why?
It's not funny. I'm just trying to explain to you because I'm listening to myself say it, and I'm like, this sounds completely made up. It's not, though. I guess. I mean, I read a bunch of stuff about it, so I guess it's real. I don't know. They find this cave in the snow, carved out, and there are 6, the other 6 hikers dead in there. Some of them are naked. One of them got hit in, I believe, the chest by some strike, and after the autopsy, found out that it was like equal to the strength of 3 tank cannons shooting out of the barrel. And the dude on the inside was completely crushed. So that happens. They find that. Years and years later, this dude hears about this story, and he was in the Soviet military. And where did they have one of the bases that he was posted at? Was in the Ural Mountains. And he was some commander, and he was up in the mountains, and he started to hear these loud bangs and all these crazy sounds, and he looks up, and over in the area that these hikers were, he said that, he quotes, he said, there were flashing lights dancing across the sky. I went inside to tell people, and when I came out, they were all gone. The lights were gone. Nothing was happening. They tested the bodies that were found. Super high traces of radioactivity, like really high traces of it. They start doing this huge investigation after the commander guy comes forward. It's like, yeah, I saw this. Like, I saw something happening in that same direction. What's going on? Days into the investigation, the Russian government shows up and says, we will no longer be searching for or trying to find an answer to this. We found what we needed. Please leave. And then sealed up the case and put it away for forever.
So they think it's aliens.
There's the conspiratorial part of it, right? So it could be aliens. This was one of mine. I think, on the other side, I think it was secret, like, Soviet weapons testing.
Oh.
And those hikers just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like concussive weapons that don't actually use projectiles, but could use force of air or force of something else to knock this dude and destroy his internals.
But why the three
Radioactivity.
people that are just like curled up?
They didn't make it.
Like,
They got cold and died, while the other ones kept moving. They were all on the same path. They were all heading the same way. They found the 6 of them going this at the end, like towards the tree line in a windswept cave. But the 3 of them were on the same track as them. So I think they just died. Also, there's huge claw marks all along trees and stuff. Like, the details of the story, I get a little nervous on, because it can be twisted very easily into like a horror movie of some sort. But I read this, and then I read more articles, and I watched a couple videos on it. And the only reason I think it has some worth of validity is because the Russian government's like, we're not going to investigate this anymore.
We found what we needed.
Yeah. No more investigation.
We found what we needed.
We found what they needed. It was aliens. They're real.
That'll be the next Call of Duty video game. It'll be related. It'll have that in the story.
That would just be Halo at that point.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you a weird question? I need to ask you this because I thought of this the other day.
Okay.
And I may have talked to you about it. I don't remember. Do you remember when the U.S. government was like, aliens are real?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay.
Everyone's like, yeah, see? Even the government knows.
But that's as far as it went.
I know.
It's like 90% of the people that believed in aliens were told they were aliens, and they had no second step to their plan.
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah. Like, literally, that's what happened.
It's
Think
true.
of all of, like, I mean, there's that dude on the Discovery Channel that's like, the dude with the crazy hair that's like, aliens. Have you seen that meme?
No.
Very good. I'll send it to you. But he was in a episode that talking about aliens, and he's cooked out of his mind. You can just tell he's stony baloney. But he says aliens, has this look on his face. And everyone forever, not everyone, a lot of people that believed in aliens made a stink about it. They're like, yeah, aliens are real. Why do you think they're real? Why do you think they're real? And then finally the government's like, yeah, aliens are real. And now everyone's just like, okay.
Yeah. It's like, what now?
No, seriously, there was no second
What
step
are we
to
going
it.
to do?
I fall into that category. I thought aliens
What are we
were
going to do
real.
about it? You know?
What is there to do?
I don't know.
What would you want to do?
I don't have a lot of stock in, like, of an opinion of aliens.
Where is your conspiratorial stock?
and-
Where does it live?
Hold on. Let me finish my thought. Hold on.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
but, like, even if I did, like, if I was, like, fully on board, I'm like, yeah, dude, aliens are so real. Like, it's crazy.
Like, totally.
Like, even if that were the case. We don't have any information, hardly any information on, like, what type of equipment they have, how powerful they are,
There is Area 51.
how we can even battle them if we needed to. You know, it sounds like a movie now, but, like, we don't have any information. So it's like, what is there to do? Whatever.
Well, like,
Let's just keep going. Let's just move on with our lives.
you could buy into the whole Area 51 is where they test alien technology, and that's where we get our more modern technology. That's one thing that people do, because the Industrial Revolution to now, there's never a growth spurt like that in all of history for what is documented. The Industrial Revolution happened, and what was it? It was in the 1800s?
Yes.
Barely 200 years ago? If that, maybe 150 years, and now everyone has a car and a computer in their pocket. Like, I get it. Like, when you make technology, it just keeps growing and becoming better. I understand. But maybe Area 51 just has a bunch of stuff, and they're reverse engineering it, figuring it out. Or
Area 51 is the door to escape Earth,
don't start.
and they're just keeping all of us here. They're keeping us in Earth.
Have you talked to Michaela?
Not about that.
Ask her what she thinks Area 51 is.
Okay.
Next time you're
I
together.
will.
Yeah, she's a conspiracy
I
theorist.
know. I've
Way
heard.
more than me.
I've heard.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
It's very fun.
that's awesome.
Where is your conspiracy theory stock put? What is something that you're like, I think that holds some ground?
I'm not a huge. I've told you before. I'm not a huge like. I don't know. I just touched the mic super hard. Sorry about that, everyone. I don't believe a lot of conspiracy theories. I think there is like very little truth in a lot of them, to be honest.
I get that.
And I think people just kind of run with things. And so for me, I think the only thing I could really see as more valid than others is the conspiracy theory that Hitler had escaped to Argentina and lived out the rest of his days. I think that sounds most realistic because there's a lot more proof than like to German architecture in that area and like legitimate German people that live in that area, especially people from like Nazis that live in that area. And so like there's just more that's like, okay, then that would mean like there's a very good possibility that could be true. So the rest of the things I just don't feel like have a lot of proof or evidence to conclude something like, yes, I'm on board with that.
So let me ask you this: where do you land on the JFK assassination?
I don't know.
You can read it now. It's been released.
Yeah, hasn't it? Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It makes me real sad.
Yeah.
It's not great. Read it.
Okay.
And then we can discuss it.
Yeah.
Because it just made me so mad. when I read
The
it.
most I have learned about that is what I learned in high school, that he was assassinated, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need to like dive into it.
It's beyond that. It's not the CIA like everyone thought. Well, the conspiracy theorists thought. It's not the CIA. It was the other campaign running against him. Yeah. Super sucks.
Because it's like a certain amount of years that like that investigation can like reopen and be.
Well, it got reopened and then resealed a few years ago, and new presidency just opened it because that's what they decided to do for some strange reason. But anyway, I was just wondering because that's one of those big ones that's like, oh yeah, the CIA killed JFK because he didn't want to conform to what they were trying to do. I'm like, no, I didn't ever believe that. But then I read it, and I'm like, man, I just kind of hoped it was just someone that was mad at JFK, but in reality, it's just the other side that wanted him to lose.
Yeah.
And they paid someone to kill him. Sucks.
Yikes.
Yiko Dikos,
Well,
right?
Maybe we should wrap.
Let's act like a condom and wrap this up.
Okay. The guy that's constantly saying
The condoms. What's wrong with the word
guy that's
condom?
constantly saying safe for work.
How are condoms not safe for work? In fact, that's the safest way. That is by far the safest. Yeah, exactly.
I guess you're right.
Oh man, thanks
Right.
for listening today. Yeah, I had a lot of fun today.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah, we're gonna think of some new names for our podcast. Apparently,
No,
'Cause
we're
it's
just gonna move
confusing.
the apostrophe. Golly.
real quick, shout out to Scott's shirt for being fantastic
You want to see it,
today.
everybody?
It is Snake.
It's Snape having like a rager with all of the
it's so good.
Hogwarts students.
The thing that really just makes me so mad though is with AI is they can never get fingers.
Yeah,
right.
I know. That's
a
handwriting.
4-fingered hand
She's
right
going
up
like
front.
this. She's going like
No, she's not. She's missing. It's like it's It's like
Her thumb. You just can't see her thumb.
incorrect. I see her thumb right
You just
there.
can't see
It's
her
going
thumb.
like this. Just there's no middle finger.
I know it's.
It's okay.
silly.
Everything else
It's
though.
silly.
That's one of my biggest.
It's an AI generated
issues
image
with-
for those of you not
Do
watching.
you guys know AI stands for artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence.
will take over the
generated
world.
Picture of Snape, and he has sunglasses on, and he is like raising a dollar bill,
But not a real dollar bill.
And he's throwing a rager with the Hogwarts students. Anyway,
AI,
it's a great time.
all hail the Robo Lords.
But hey,
Skynet.
thank you for listening and watching, everybody. Make sure to share this out with people if you think it's funny at all. And then don't forget to subscribe, because most people that watch aren't subscribed. So I'm like, hey, why don't you just click on the little subscribe button?
It's right there.
Or just
Tell me when to
download
stop.
it if you're
Tell me when to
listening.
stop. Where is it?
I'm not going to put it on the screen.
No, I'm not putting it on the screen. I'm pointing down. There's a subscribe button, right?
Yeah, it's
I don't
down
watch
there.
YouTube enough.
It's down there somewhere.
It is somewhere below us. As you see us on your screen, we are floating at the top of screen. It is below us.
Okay, everybody.
It's usually a little bell. Say hi to a stranger.
Goodbye now.
Jump someone's car? Is that the other one you
Jump
said?
somebody's car if they
Jump
need help.
somebody's car. Oh! And 20 battle cry.
What's your battle?
Yeah, what's your motivation?
All right.
See you later, losers.
Goodbye.